Welcome once again, friend, to the most commonly repeated one-liners in ENT. Today we will discuss the part 15 of the series. Myself, Dr. Naren Singh Chauhan. So, beginning with today's questions, the question number 1, which says that Eustachian tube dysfunction is best assessed by. Eustachian tube dysfunction in today's scenario is best assessed by tympanometry. So the correct answer is tympanometry. Second question says hearing loss in serous otitis media is. The hearing loss in serous otitis media is in range of 20 to 40 decibel. 20 to 40 decibel. Now question number 3, which is a direct question which asks that surfer's ear is. So the exostosis of external auditory canal, the synonym for this is surfer's ear. Coming on to the question number 4, which says that most common benign tumor of middle ear. So the most common benign tumor of middle ear is glomus tumor. We have to keep in mind most common tumor is glomus tumor. Coming on to the question number 5, which says that location of glomus jugulare tumor is. So glomus jugulare tumor is located in the hypotympanum part of the middle ear. In the previous question, we talk about most common benign tumor is glomus tumor, which is situated in the hypotympanic part of the middle ear. Question number 6, which says that pulsatile tinnitus. Pulsatile tinnitus, very important question in NEET PG, and which says that is seen in. So this is the earliest symptom in glomus jugulare tumor. So this question comprises of two questions. The first question says pulsatile tinnitus is seen in glomus jugulare tumor, and second question says the earliest symptom in glomus jugulare tumor is pulsatile tinnitus. So question number 7, which says that in glomus jugulare tumor, compression of carotid is diagnosed by. So usually the vascular structural abnormalities are nowadays identified by the non-invasive procedure that is known as MR angiography, that is magnetic resonance angiography. Question number 8, which is the question which says that glomus tumor. For glomus tumor, which classification system is used? Most commonly classification system for glomus tumor is FISCH. F-I-S-C-H. We have to keep in mind FISCH classification is used for glomus tumor. Question number 9, which says that erosion of jugular plate upon expansion of glomus tumor seen on CECT. So I want to say that this question everyone should learn this question. This question cannot be left behind because this is the most common question from glomus jugular part which is repeated every second year, that which says that if there is erosion of glomus jugular plate, that is jugular plate erosion due to the expansion of glomus tumor, that is known as flap sign. Flap sign. P-H-L-E-P-S. Flap sign. Question number 10, that is the last question, that is rising sun or setting sun reflex is seen in glomus tumor due to the high vascularity of the tumor behind the tympanic membrane. The tumors appear as rising or setting sun, which is also known as red reflex. So this completes our part 15 of the series. Total there will be 90 parts in this series till the date of NEET PG exam for the revision of ENT in a quick manner. Stay tuned with the channel. If you like the video, kindly share and subscribe. Thank you.